Whenever you're ready, we can start.
Is it on?
It is.
God, see, I don't like this. People are tired of that. This is tired. This is the Ascertainers.
You told me to
episode number 29, and no big deal, but we just exceeded 1,000 downloads.
We did.
On our 990th episode. I think that's pretty good. But,
it is.
Yeah, so this is, what did we say, 29?
28. No, 29. You're right.
Yeah, we just released episode 28. It's a real knee slapper. Mark had me laughing my ass off. It was movie soundtracks, but Mark thought it was show tunes, and he was very excited to tell us all he knew about stuff like that. And I like Grease, and if you don't like Grease, then you can just find another podcast. So anyway, we have some special guests tonight. I'm going to let Mark introduce them. Actually, no, I'm going to say, Mark, introduce yourself.
Thank you.
Tell the nice people. But
Hi,
I'm going to
everyone.
talk a very little on this one, I think.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark. I'm the originator of the podcast, and I asked Jim to come along, and he accepted. But tonight we have a special guest, my oldest son, Chantz. Say hello, Chantz.
Hello, everyone.
And his friend, who I know well also, Alex.
And dedicated listener.
Very dedicated.
You pay me to be, so I mean.
Hey, $50 is $50, right? So,
Hello, everyone.
all right. Okay.
Here we are.
Good episode. Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
That's it now, right?
You guys want to keep going?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
So I actually thought it'd be fun to...
I'm looking at your dad. It's like, oh my gosh, he's making Chance get right into
I know.
it.
I was waiting for one of you guys to kick it off, but I thought...
What do you got?
I thought...
Are you going to come in hot? We had dinner. We taught at Newt's, by the way. Go to Newt's, really good. What'd you think of the smash burger?
Phenomenal.
Yes, smash burger's good. And then you had peanut butter burger, and you had, what'd you have? Kale?
I did.
Okay, good. What'd you have?
I had the Dave's Burger.
What's on that?
I don't know.
Not a burger.
Jalapenos and barbecue sauce.
Cool. Anyway, while we were at Newt's, we brought up another guest, and we brought up our guy Jason's first episode, and it was noted that he came in a little hot. So, are you going to come in hot, or what are you going to do?
We'll see. I'll ease into it.
Let's see. Okay. do your
Chance
thing.
never comes in hot.
Well, now you're
I'm
throwing
taunting
me into
It
it.
feels like a challenge. Talk to me.
So I thought it'd be fun to riff on some crazy lead singers. Like Ozzy Osbourne comes to mind, or...
Yeah, that was one that I had wrote down.
Yeah. I was trying to do some research on it, and that's all you see when you Google crazy lead singers. Is you click on one page, is, did you know Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a bat? And you're like, okay, everyone knows that. You go to the next page, it's like, did you know Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a bat? And
a
so,
pigeon.
so I'm trying
I think
to...
a
That's
pigeon,
all.
too.
Isn't that
So
how
like
COVID
more,
started?
maybe potentially more obscure stories of like...
Well, he did also, if you watch that movie about Motley Crue, where Ozzy comes out to the pool area.
Oh, he snorted ants. Is that
No,
that
he
one?
licked up somebody else's urine on the side of the pool.
He did
Oh.
snort ants, though.
Yeah. That movie was, I forget what it's called. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
It's
it
called
was.
Hot something or
I can't remember what it is.
Hot Property.
Hot summer night.
Any Norm Macdonald fans out there? So, okay, so you got Ozzy. I struggled with this. I also didn't really prepare. You're holding your pencil up. Does that mean you want to say something?
Yes, I do.
This is very orderly. I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
Well, I'm very new to this, but
I appreciate it.
I thought kind of an interesting one was Elvis. Kind of how he's out of his mind. He's as crazy in some regards as some of the 70s singers. And
You know, now that you look at that, he was into the young girls. And that's why
All of them were.
he kind of got trapped with Colonel Tom Parker. I think Colonel Tom Parker had incriminating things on Elvis about because he met
Lisa Marie.
at 14. Not Lisa
14?
Marie, Priscilla.
yeah,
I thought it was.
Lisa Marie was his.
I thought it was like 17 because her parents gave her permission to move into Graceland
when
under
she
the-
was 17.
under condition they get married.
But he met her in Germany when she was 14.
okay, well, that's, fuck. There's people that marry their grade school sweetheart.
He was 21.
I think they have a word for that.
Elvis? Superstar?
Something like that.
We're not making light of this. I'll say this, though.
Well, kind of, we were.
Lisa Marie was born. I just saw this week. Lisa Marie was born exactly 9 months after they got married. So they probably...
She was born 9 months ago.
Well, that's how long...
How'd they time that out?
Still, right? I don't know this stuff. I mean, you guys went to school, right? I mean, how do they find that out?
No, how'd they time that out? That's weird.
Well, it's because you wait, Mark. And Chantz, let that be a lesson. You're engaged. You're
I
an
am.
engaged man now. How's that feel, by the way? I heard you say fiance for the first time.
Fiance.
tonight.
It's a very pretentious word. I don't
Isn't
like
it?
saying it. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, though. I like how you threw a little stank on it. Like you were like a French cartoon
Beyonce.
bull. Beyonce. Why did I say French cartoon bull? But in my head, that's what came up. Like a Red Bull ad, except the guy was French.
Before we go on, Alex, do you have any recommendations or ideas that we should change since you're also a loyal listener?
Oh, he's got a scroll of those. Look at it. He's having difficulty with his
Hold on,
pen.
I gotta unroll my.
I'm worried. I'm worried about this pen. He keeps pulling it apart. That pen costs about 15 cents. So
You can't.
count on it leaking on you.
Yeah.
If
You
it doesn't, you should be disappointed.
So, ideas. I mean, no, I think you guys are doing a good job.
Get rid of Mark?
I mean,
Well, that's what
well,
I
I mean that's a given. But
I was fishing for that.
yeah. No, actually, it's awkward that you bring that up because I'm supposed to replace you after this episode. Actually, so
No, Jim owes me money. I can't go yet.
yeah. No, you guys are doing a good job. I think I mentioned at Newt's.
Hey, Newt's? What's Newt's? Oh, that
Oh.
burger place in Apple Valley, known for its ice cold beer. Red Hot Burgers? No, that's not good. Juicy Burgers. Too much. Good burgers. Good service. Pull tabs. Go. Good. You're doing great.
Hell of a peanut butter burger.
Oh, I guess you're not doing great.
Yeah, how was you had mustard on that, didn't you?
I did. I'm a mustard guy. I don't know.
And that was fine.
Yeah, it
Mustard with the peanut
was
butter.
pretty good.
Complimented it.
We did have a conversation about ketchup being the lowest form of condiment, and peanut butter and ketchup also go well together. Because that's how my dad would make a fried egg sandwich. Try it out. Good for a hangover. Fried egg, bust the yolk so it's like a hard yolk, and then on 2 pieces of bread, you have your left piece and your right piece. Mark. Anyway,
And he's holding his
peanut butter on
hands
one
out.
side.
He's doing these hand gestures like everyone could see
I
him.
felt like the Pope. Yeah. Let us proclaim the mystery of this egg sandwich. Peanut butter on one side, ketchup on the other, fried egg in the middle. I don't think mustard would work as well. But I'll try it.
Back to Elvis, he always ate the fried peanut butter banana
The
sandwiches.
shtick on this episode is that Alex will not be able to finish his story until the very end. Hey, Alex, what were you saying?
no, but I'm glad you brought it back to Elvis because my main thing. I had one talking point on Elvis.
I'm glad you stopped Alex from talking.
What does the underside of the bus look like as it's rolling over and just keeps running you over? You brought up Elvis.
Yes. I found it very amusing. He was obviously like crazy addicted to prescription drugs,
Yeah, so
but he didn't see himself as like a drug addict because they were prescribed by the doctor. And so I was reading these countless stories where he would get hopped up on his own prescription drugs, and he would get so worked up about druggies out there in the street, like just making the city bad, that he would try and bolt out of his house to go beat them up and would have to be held back by his bodyguards.
interesting.
You know, he was given an award, honorary DEA agent badge from Nixon. I believe that was
For
what he-
real?
Yeah, met at the White House to battle drugs.
That's a little tone deaf, don't you think? Was he all? I mean, was he skinny Elvis or fat Elvis? He was fat Elvis by then.
No, I think that was, 71? So he was starting to get big, but he wasn't big yet.
Like me then.
Well, I was going to buy you this cape and bedazzled jumpsuit.
Let's get it over to Alex. He's got a great story to tell. This isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, go ahead. Start so we can step all over you.
Yeah. What
You
was
were at
my,
Newt's.
Where was I?
We were at Newt's, and that's all we got. What the?
Oh boy.
Yeah, you honestly should have remembered.
I don't. I
when
should have wrote
when
it down.
Totally hijacked him. Now I
should've
feel
wrote it
bad.
down.
But you went to Newt's.
Oh, I remember now. Yeah. So, I mentioned no, from the first episode. You know, you guys kind of just flowed pretty naturally. I didn't have really any corrections, really any, concerns. I think you guys are doing good with what you got. I mean,
But there was
Well, I
something-
got him.
What you had said when we were at Newt's, and I cut you off rudely. I thought hilariously, but apparently it just turns out I'm a dick. But does that do anything as far as pulling it back? Do we need to do the watch?
no, I think that's what I was getting at. Is because you guys had asked, as number one fan, longtime viewer.
Number one fan,
Yeah.
aka only fan. Oh, is that a thing where
that's
guys,
a great website. But
guys
no,
take their shirts off?
so yeah, no, you asked, hey, what do you think? What would you change? And I don't really have much,
Well, thank you for doing 1,000 downloads on your own.
I just let it play on my work computer all day on mute. So
Appreciate it.
yeah,
That's the best way. That's what we hear.
The counter just keeps
Yeah.
going.
That is good. A lot of times we'll talk about the radio game early on. You guys want to do that, or
Sure.
Chance, you got the other ideas?
I've exhausted all my ideas.
That was it.
That was
He's just over there click, 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 click. Shit. Nothing.
was there anything else about Elvis, or was that the most?
That was my
crazy?
big one. That's why I was dying to get it out. And
Well, I
like,
guess
Gotta
fell
tell
a little
somebody.
Flat.
for a little background, you should talk about how you guys know each other.
Yeah. How do you guys know each other?
Yeah, we just met tonight.
Yeah,
Actually.
this is weird.
Cool. Yeah. Craigslist's a hell of a drug.
I honestly can't remember the first time Alex and I met.
Fuck, I'm glad that ended.
No,
Sentence could have.
No.
Sentence could have ended entirely differently. Especially Alex is doing the thing with the neck.
No editing tricks
don't
on
die.
that.
yeah,
You don't
No.
remember when you met? Did you both went
it
to
was
North
elementary school. Yep,
elementary
With-
school together
Yeah.
Went to elementary together. Had
the whole time?
yeah.
Like you?
I mean, I was
Did
in
you
the
start there?
Yes.
Alex started there. I've got a kid named Alex too, and he actually is these guys' age. Yeah, they all graduated.
Yeah, we went to
together.
school together. Yep.
So okay,
No, yeah, we went to school together. Had a couple teachers or classes or whatever they call that together. I think we probably started talking in elementary school and just kind of hung out, run around the neighborhood, and
Been friends ever since.
pretty much, yeah, been friends ever since. Through middle school, high school, college, adult life.
wow.
Yeah. So I know it's a fascinating story.
It's
I
nothing
know.
like Mark and I then. Forced marriage.
Yeah.
Wow.
He moved. He got out. One of us is abusive. I'm not going to say who.
Don't hit me again.
Okay, it was me. Anyway, I learned tonight, and this is how good of a, what was that called? Confirmation group leader I was. Alex, our man here on tonight's podcast, was in my confirmation group. So that led me to ask him, did you go to that one? Okay, everybody, if you only have 90 more seconds, just turn it off now, because if you don't hear the entire story, you're not gonna like it. So anyway, I go, were you on that overnight trip up north at the other leader's cabin? And he said no. And I'm like, well, cool. All right. Good. See,
Oddly enough, I don't really remember you around that much after that trip.
hey, good and gooder. So yeah, so that was my
They asked him to leave the troop.
Asked would be putting it nicely.
yes.
Yeah, you're right.
They asked me to watch my head in the back of the car because no. So this
Something about distances in schools. I
it was
don't remember.
all-time low. It's meters, not yards. It's we're talking like Microns. So, anyway, we're at this thing. So it's like probably 3/4 of the group, and we go up to Jim, another Jim. He had a cabin up by whatever, like it doesn't matter, up north where it was a great walleye lake. I guess we're telling this story now. This sucks. Ugh. You guys go take a lap. Every summer, I would buy a fishing license for our annual trip up to a relative's cabin, and it was like part of the thing. I'd buy a fishing license. Well, I'm like, oh, if we're gonna fish, I gotta buy a license. This is like way before in the summer, and it's like, oh, I don't have a fishing license. I'm like, but I'm always running late, so I didn't buy a fishing license. Did I fish? Oh, fuck yeah! And did the game warden stop our boat and ask for our licenses? Oh yeah. And what did I do? What would you do what would a good confirmation group leader do in a situation like that?
Lie.
All over the
And
water.
say I bought it, but I didn't bring it with me.
Okay. Anybody else?
Did God need a fishing license?
Why weren't you there? Oh, I wish you were there so bad. Wow, I could have used that one. I went with I wasn't fishing defense, and all the kids knew I was fishing, so I took whatever good was accomplished during confirmation class, and then I lied to a game warden, and I felt
get
pretty
away with
bad
it?
after. Oh, he bought it. I had to shoot one of them, but I just
okay.
used his gun. No. They did the old you pathetic piece of confirmation leader, and they spared me, but they didn't really. I mean, maybe they saw how much I would beat myself up for being a total piece of shit. So anyway, that next morning, first thing I did is I went out and got a fish. We didn't even fish again after that, but I'm like, kids, that was bad.
How many
So,
times have you been hit by the game warden other than that time?
Exactly once. That was it.
Right.
I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway, for all you kids out there, consider what Alex said, but totally get a fishing license. And this year, I was going to go. Oh, I'm talking the whole time. There's 4 people here. You guys talk about something else.
Let's do the radio game.
I have a this year's fishing license story, which almost makes up for that, but y'all never truly make up for it. Radio game.
You better write that down.
No, I'm not gonna.
Don't forget it.
These guys are like literally like looking at their watches. Fuck, the guy will shut up.
Let's do the radio game then.
Okay,
Get that out of the way.
take over. You're good.
Okay. The radio game is for people new to the podcast.
We're at 1,000 downloads, Mark. We gotta just do the
Yeah, we're
radio
pretty
game.
big. Yeah, right.
Radio game's stupid. No one ever wins, but here's how it goes.
2 legacy bands we'll each pick, and then we'll pick 2 off the beaten path bands.
Get this kid a
Shoot.
pen that'll write here. Is that what's holding you back?
He's got like 3 pens
He's got a
now.
lot of stuff going on there. All right.
So, and then Jim will listen to the radio. He'll tell us who's playing.
We'll see if between 16 picks we'll get 1 right. And if it's Journey, we're just going to pick another band. I'll wait. Because does anyone got Journey on their list? Good. Because we don't like Journey here.
Well, let's start with our guest, Chantz. Give us your 2 legacy bands. the
Well, I'll ask first. Has anyone won the
Charlie.
big,
One guy-
Charlie did.
radio game?
A
Okay.
guest one. So
I think it's tradition that the guests will continue to win.
I think so. I hope so. Gosh, I'd love someone to win. Gosh.
So I
Gosh,
wasn't
the
informed
language.
of the band criteria beforehand, so I just picked 4.
Good.
That's fine.
Just give us 2.
So Steely Dan, and
Um,
then my one-hit wonder, if you will, Steelers Wheel.
2 perfect.
Very nice. We'll give you
Good.
all Jerry Rafferty too. So if Baker Street comes on, you'll get that. Do you have 4 or just?
I
the
do
2?
have 4. You
Okay,
want me to
just do 2. Okay,
Okay.
Alex, what's your first 2 that you want to say?
So first 2, I'll do Boston and Foreigner.
Nice,
Oh, I was going to
Solid.
do Foreigner.
old school.
Good, I
Chance, you'll probably win. Sorry, can't even look at him. Mark,
I'll do Beatles with, everyone associated with that.
okay,
And because there were like 4 people in the band. Not like this podcast where everyone thinks it's just Jim, but and then Deep Purple.
God damn.
Can I say something about Deep Purple?
No.
Off of their first album, I heard them do a cover of Help. It is awesome. If you ever
Is
listen
that what
to
you
that.
went with the Beatles?
Yeah.
And Deep Purple.
Yeah.
Okay, if Help comes on, he wins twice. Fuck, I don't know.
I think that's just the end of the.
But you guys should listen to that Deep Purple Help cover.
It's probably
is-
playing right now, so why don't we...
I don't think you'll ever hear that.
I went with Bad Company and Heart for my legacies, so let's go reverse order. Mark, who are your... just go with both of your lesser knowns.
Lenny Kravitz and Alice in Chains. And Mad Season.
And
Well, Alice in Chains, the lead singer, sang with Mad Season also, so I get
What's
that.
he doing these days?
Wow, too soon.
Decomposing?
Yes.
oh, I could talk now. Okay, sorry. I just thought I had to be cued in. So, the next one I've got is Survivor,
Nice!
and Billy Idol.
Holy shit, this gets good. Chance, no pressure, but this guy's gonna be... What do you got?
Dire Straits and then AC/DC.
Oh,
What do you got?
I got, what do I have? The Babies and the Kings.
The Babies.
The Babies. Here I am. I'm back on my feet again. And then the Kings is This Beat Goes On.
Yeah, right.
And the other one. They go together like Queen. It's This Beat Goes On. And then Nothing Matters But the Weekend from a Tuesday point of view. Like a kettle in the kitchen, I feel the steam begin to brew.
Do they play those together?
Switching to Glide. That's
Switching to Glide, yes.
finally. All right. So, okay, you guys talk amongst yourselves. I will take Mark's High Fidelity that he bought me.
Do you like that? It's a little digital
Stocking stuffer? Did you get one of these for Christmas last
transistor
year?
radio.
Did not. Did you pick a crazy lead singer or have someone you want to talk about?
You know, I was kind of looking around. Yeah, Keith Moon, banned from ever going back to Flint, Michigan. Just how crazy he got.
Yes.
They pretty much said, nope, you're done. Think on like his, was it his like 21st birthday or something? He knocked out his 2 front teeth as well.
Keith Moon did? He was, how was he a 27 club guy?
He was close.
old.
At 25 or 27, yeah.
Yeah,
He's the one
he
who
was
drove
wild.
a car into a hotel pool. Is that?
No, I know who you're talking about though.
Oh.
But that was John Bonham, another drummer.
Another dead drummer.
Who's the was Keith Moon also the one that was famous for, or was that someone else? There was somebody who like put firecrackers in other drummers' drum sets.
That sounds like Keith Moon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that about Keith Moon, but I was looking that up, researching tonight. They were almost going to kick him out of the band, of The Who.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you believe that? I'd never heard that before.
You ever hung around Keith Moon? He sounds like a real train wreck, dude. I
Yeah,
mean,
it says he loved explosives, used them
it's
not
like, why
only
would
as
they
his own
kick him out of the band?
performance.
He's Keith Moon. He's like, because he's Keith Moon. Because he's a. I looked at Bonham, and Bonham just seemed like a guy who liked to party. Keith Moon seemed like he had an agenda. Like he looked like a crazed guy.
He was kind of like the
Not that we hung out or nothing, but
Jim Morrison. He went over the top with anything he did.
yeah,
So
I can see that. You want to go dead lead singers or dead? Bon Scott. He wasn't like real crazy or nothing, but apparently he met his demise in the back of a Volkswagen Beetle. What do you do that?
Asphyxia?
He choked on his puke. What do you call that?
Asphyxiate.
Asphyxiated.
but it wasn't in the car when they found him. They literally found him in the gutter next to the vehicle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Died in the gutter.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Is that a phrase?
Every
to
rock
go.
star's dream.
Lead singer of Ozzy Osbourne's band, Zach.
Oh no, the lead guitarist.
Lead guitarist, lead singer, Ozzy Osbourne.
Did you get that
I was a
one,
little
Jim?
confused, but
Like
I don't know. I can't. I know his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. The Ozzy Osbourne singer.
He was born in Grant's Tomb.
like father
He was born.
Like father, like son, right there.
All right. Well, I guess we have a song.
See, he does this. We'll be talking, and he'll
interrupt
and
you,
then he'll pause.
and then
No,
he'll
you
just
can keep
leave
going.
you.
See?
Yeah, keep going.
What I like about you, it's the Romantics. What a great... Oh, no one has ever picked the Romantics.
We talked about him, though, a couple of episodes ago.
So Mark wins.
No, I was just
All right,
thinking.
we didn't get it. We'll come back a couple times. This radio is jacked.
Oh, back to
Do
you.
better.
Before I was
Chance.
stroking out, Zach, the
Wild.
Zach.
Wild. Thank
Yep.
you.
Also from the Black Label Society.
Yes, I was reading that he had 2 major blood clots that like traveled to his heart, but the only reason he didn't die was because he had so much alcohol in his body that his blood was so thin.
Nice.
So
There
saved
you go.
his life in the end.
I was
I don't think
born.
Mark's ever going to die on a Saturday morning.
I was born to be a rock star.
Yeah. I think your chances are best around Friday night, just after the podcast. Your blood must be pretty thin.
But he was in the movie Rockstar, also with
Mark Wahlberg?
yeah.
Zach Wilde was in that? Was he in the band or something?
He was in the band. And I think Tommy or Sean was in there.
Who?
Tommy Sean?
Tommy Shaw?
Shaw, yes.
Tommy Sean?
Yeah.
Sean?
I'd like to put 2 first names together.
Tom Sean? That's good.
I got a couple of I did some research. I actually did
Oh,
some
wow.
work.
Oh my God. That's what's different. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. Share with us.
Lemmy,
Okay, go.
one of the greatest.
Oh, Lemmy. Aha.
Yeah.
Aha.
Do you guys know
I thought
Motorhead?
Lemmy, talk.
Dimebag. Lemmy, is that his name?
Lemmy's a
Uh,
Motorhead.
Lemmy.
Lemmy's the guy with the thing in, like a big old face nipple.
Oh,
Not
no.
like my John Boy, like more of a growth. He played bass in Motorhead, the loudest rock and roll band in the world. Lemmy.
You
Quality
should
guy.
look
You
up
look
Motorhead.
up Lemmy. He's a
I know
quality
Motorhead, yeah.
dude. One of the best, one of the most appreciative of his fans, humble rockers.
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl did his eulogy and spoke highly of him. He said that Lemmy put out his cigarette before meeting his daughter, and to him that was like the most awesome rock thing ever.
So he had an illness or injury, and he goes into the hospital, and they refuse to give him a transfusion because his blood alcohol was so high. They said,
It would fuck him up.
yeah.
He stayed away from hard drugs, though.
He did.
He said he saw too many of his friends die from heroin, but he just drank Jack and Coke.
He lived to, 70 years old? He drank 40 cigarettes a day.
He
Drink 40 cigarettes? Yeah, that'll kill you.
Yeah, really. Like 2 a day will hurt you.
Well, he
Well,
drank a lot.
who was the singer who snorted their was it their dad's
Keith Richards.
Keith
or the
Richards, yeah.
ashes?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's admitted to it, I believe in it.
He did.
I don't know why I'd keep that to the grave.
Did
but
he like his dad or hate his dad? I mean, I don't get the play.
He wanted to be his dad, I think was the
Jeez.
No, he's very proud of it.
Hey,
Interesting.
more power to him. I don't know how Keith Richards and Ozzy Osbourne are still alive. Mick, I can see. Mick takes care of himself, but that's me. I got
Oh,
I got one of these little slender fellas here for you. Let me describe what's happening here.
the beer bitch get me another.
Alex is not a beer guy. He likes vodka or seltzers, so I got a couple of White Claws in the fridge because of that one exchange student we had. Emphasis on had. Anyway, had, like before.
you know, the
Not
country's
like that.
still waiting for him to come home.
Well, what now? Who said what? Anyhow, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about.
Okay,
Do
I
that
got
for
another
the
one.
list.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh yeah.
You like the ones that like the younger of the species.
Yeah, he married his 13-year-old cousin.
Nice.
He shot his own bassist.
His old bassist?
Like the 357, wasn't it?
What the?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Put him down? I mean,
No,
he
he
didn't die.
lived,
No.
but every bass player is pretty tough, so they could take a 357 easily. And he allegedly killed his 5th wife. But they can't prove it.
How? I mean, what did he do? What did they allege?
Don't know. It's just that
Killed his wife.
he.
Okay.
Welcome to the conversation.
I heard a terrible thing today. I thought I'd share it. Because speaking of crazy lead singers, there are 2 lead singers in this story. One is Dave Mustaine.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Megadeth. You all familiar?
Very sad what's happening with him.
Yeah. What is happening with him?
He's got cancer.
Does
I
he?
believe it's throat cancer. If you see him now, he's just a shell of a guy.
Interesting. This is an older interview. Do you guys know that Dave Mustaine is the original rhythm guitarist for Metallica?
No,
He was in
I
Metallica.
don't know that.
And then there was some.
He got kicked out of Metallica, and then he formed Megadeth, and it's interesting how that whole thing has gone down.
If you listen to people who are into that 80s music, Megadeth is better than Metallica in their eyes.
That's interesting. I would probably give that one to Metallica, but I'm not a big metal guy. But
I'm not either, but that's.
Megadeth didn't sing one, and that's all Metallica needed to do. You know that one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's that video just blew my mind. Anyway, Dave Mustaine is being interviewed, and they asked him what he thought of Kurt Cobain. This is after Kurt Cobain had died of a suicide, and Dave Mustaine said he had a good aim. That's cold, man. That is ice cold. That's not even good ascertainery stuff, but it happened, and those are a couple of crazy lead singers. I'll say that.
Yeah, I feel like I brought this podcast to a pretty dark place with this topic. So.
I like it. Yeah. It's like, well, by crazy, did you mean insane?
I thought it'd be fun.
or like David Lee
and they
Roth
all
trying to
died.
dance. Yeah, exactly. Well, we're all going to die. I mean, fuck.
It kind of fits, though. It's Friday the 13th.
That's true.
Did you guys know that?
It's my old next door neighbor's birthday. October 13th. And obviously it falls on a Friday about every 7 years. There's leap year. Carry the 2.
Wait, that's.
What? Why
that's
is 13 a
not
bad,
my
unlucky
birthday.
number?
Because
What?
of hotels. It's
Makes
because
sense.
I know
I'll accept
it's
that.
because of it's biblical. There were 13 people.
Yeah,
at
you
the,
should know this.
At the you're thinking that that's
It
the
took me a second.
you're thinking that's the walleye limit? No. See, that's actually not. That's if someone's looking. No, I think it has to do with the Lord's Supper. There were 13 people at the Lord's Supper, and it didn't go so good for the guy in the middle. So that's not I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm just saying.
No, but the supper was good. It was after.
Mark's like,
The Judas of the
fish was
podcast.
a little under. Judas was not. I would not want Judas on my podcast. Let's say that. Mark's podcast. What'd I say? Did I say Mark?
You did. Of course. You say that when I'm not around all the
That sounds
time.
like something Judas would say.
It's kind of awkward. We were in Newt's, and he's snapping his fingers at all the servers, and he's like, "Garçon."
That was Chantz. Chantz is doing his French thing again. I was like, Chantz, the French fries are they're just potatoes. It's not the French. He's like, oh, the French fries.
Fiance.
Yeah. Where is your fiance? She is not here. Anyway, I'm known for my impressions.
They're not good.
It's not good at all. So,
Okay, I got one more.
Oh, what do you got?
Captain Beefheart. I'd never heard of him either, but I guess he's really big in the music scene. Back in the day. Back when
He was supposed to be like, you either got him or you didn't.
Right, he was like a Frank Zappa.
I remember comedian Mark Maron, who you guys know who Mark Maron is?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
The WTF
He
podcast.
does, yeah. So he talked about like when he went to a record store and he bought some Beefheart, Captain Beefheart, and the guy's like, kind of sizing him up like, can this guy handle it? I think Mark Maron's hilarious. Weird, but sometimes weird. His old stuff is weird, but so Beefheart. You know Beefheart?
I didn't know him till now.
All I know is
researching
the
Was
this.
there a story you're...
Well, the rumor has it that for one album, for a month, he only let the bandmates eat a cup of soybeans for 8 months while they were recording.
That's like the podcast. They got a whole cup?
I don't give you that much.
I know. I might want to hook up with Beefheart's crew.
But if you look up at Captain Beefheart, it's a pretty bizarre story about this
is
guy.
it bee
Sounds like
fart?
a cult.
Beef heart or bee fart?
Wow. Is it the chicken or the egg?
For the fart.
No, it's beef heart. Oh, it's all one word, so however you want to pronounce it.
Cool. Do you remember a liquor store, Mark, growing up? These guys wouldn't, called G. Will Liquors.
No.
Are you shitting me?
Uh-uh.
It was like they had like a couple of locations in the Twin Cities, but it was called the letter G and then Will, like your guy's name, G. Will Liquors. And there's an expression called, you ever heard like someone say, G. Willikers?
I
It
have.
took me
Yeah.
forever to realize that, that's what they do.
Well, there's always all those old liquor stores, like Backdoor Liquors. I mean, they would always come up
Oh
with
my
these,
God, I just got that. All right.
these terrible names that no one would ever associate till they started thinking about it for a while to go, that's not right.
All right, next. All right. Well, cross that off. Give me that pen. I'm going to cross that off and never, ever, ever, ever. I have some other stuff. It says,
That was a real store, by the way.
Mark never told us. Backdoor Liquors?
It was.
It's also a movie. Speaking of which, I have to go return something.
No,
I have to return something by 10. Otherwise, I got to pay extra. But we never said that we golfed with a celebrity-ish, a famous person.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Yeah, so I wonder if these guys did.
Indulge us.
Former Minnesota Viking, but
Way before your time.
yeah, Teddy Brown, touchdown,
Brown.
Teddy Brown, nice guy. In the pro shop, they were like, "Oh yeah, you're playing behind Teddy. He's a great guy," and it was like we could never catch up to him.
Right. It was very slow, and they said, "Oh, you'll see him all the time." We never saw him.
They played fast and they knew what they were doing. We caught him up in the parking lot after, and we were like, "Oh, hey!" And his buddy's like, "Yeah, I know." So he goes, "Yeah, this is my friend Chris," and he shook our hand.
No, his brother.
That was his brother?
Yeah, it was his brother.
Okay. Anyway, he did the old Adrian Peterson vice grip handshake. He didn't even let you get the whole hand in, just destroy your fingers. I'm like, hi, Chris. Hi, I'm
And I was trying so hard to get a quick one in there, and he just grabbed the
Alex
fingers.
has a set of meat hooks on him there, boy. I shook your hand tonight. I was like, cripes. Kid's got pneumonic. Johnny Mnemonic. Is it a movie?
Yeah.
He's got a good grip. It's good grip. That's good quality. Do you camp? Do you like to camp?
And he was
You like-
your religious leader.
Yeah.
What?
I always knew you had a good grip on you.
Russ, yeah. Do you like gladiator movies?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Thank you. I missed the line. I didn't get a good one there. So, all right. I'm gonna try another song here because we have 16 picks and swing and a miss on the first one. You guys keep talking.
So we'll open it up to you guys. Your first time on the podcast, first time doing a podcast. So
You wouldn't know it. You guys are doing great.
you are. Is there anything you guys want to cover? Do you want to cover new music, that stuff that you listen to that we don't?
What's the first concert you went to?
Probably a church concert.
What's the first concert you went to?
I don't do a lot of concerts, unfortunately. I love live music. I love music.
So you're a
You're
Striper
planning
fan.
on going one tonight?
Oh, that's like small. Just walk in, but winner?
Somebody say Brian Adams because you would have won.
Oh man, that cuts like a knife.
Summer '69.
Anyway.
The big band that you're seeing tonight?
No, small band
Who is it?
at a local watering hole.
Give him a shout out.
Yeah, it's a Tim Sigler band.
Oh, Tim Sigler's great.
Local to
Kind
Minnesota.
of a country guy?
Wisconsin.
Or
Yeah.
a big time country guy?
Mostly country.
Yeah.
They do kind of get into the rock too. Their lead guitarist is a phenomenal guitar player. So when they get into their rock songs, they do a really good job.
Yeah.
They've done Metallica, AC/DC, Down the Country songs.
I've said on this podcast before that I'm on the board of Panaprog, and Tim Sigler played like a Babes as a tent show. And seen him, met him, had a fireball with him.
Yeah, he played years ago. My sister, her 10-year high school reunion, somewhere up in Castle Rock, and we got
Castle Rock and Roll.
him to do a keg stand in between his sets. Yeah,
Yeah, he likes to have
he's
a
a
good
cool
time.
guy. Yeah,
He does like to have a
he's
good
fun
time.
for sure.
There's another local band. If you go to Babes a lot, you ever heard of a band called Self-Titled?
Yeah, I think
Yo-
they were
yo-
there recently.
Young kids,
Yep,
younger than you. Huh.
I think they were there last week actually.
Yeah, they play locally a ton. They play too much locally.
Yeah.
And they are a phenomenal cover band. I've heard some of their original stuff, and I'm like, they're a really good cover band. So, yeah, that's the old Paul Westerberg. You know that? Replacements, you ever heard of him? No? Oh, my God. I'm going to die. Anyway, Minneapolis band. And there was a book about him. And he's talking to his buddy who was making like $500 a week playing bars, playing cover songs. He goes, "Yeah, man, we get paid a lot of money. We got to play covers though." And Paul Westerberg goes, "Yeah, we don't make shit, but we at least get to play our own music." So it's like, because there's a lot of talent there, and it's like, oh, guys, just please make it on your own songs, not Van Halen or whatever. So, but either way, I'm gonna try to book them for Panaprog next year. So if they're hearing this, call me.
Yeah, you got Johnny Holm band this year.
Well,
Yeah.
that Babes got Johnny Holm.
Babes got
last
him.
2 years, yeah. Babes books their own stuff, so they've always done like they're pretty. I like how reliable they are with bringing, like, could call it lazy too, but hey, who am I? I do the same thing with the stage that I book. It's like, hey, the people come out to see them, keep them coming back. But in the years past, though, they've had like Gear Daddies, Soul Asylum, but then a lot of GB Layton, probably 10 of 15 years. Good for Gary,
Yeah.
Boogie Wonderland. I mean, there's some good. It's a good time, it's a dance kind of a place, not a like Pink Floyd wouldn't make it there. Although they had Hairball there, Hairball is like a big time established, like theatrical cover band playing in Vegas. They have like what do you call them? Residencies in Vegas and stuff. They played Panaprog on a night it rained on cruise night, and there was about 200 people in that tent. It was like nothing.
That was this year?
No, it
Or
was like
past?
10,
Oh, okay.
10 years ago, whatever.
Gotcha.
It was like, who the fuck is Hairball? And it was like, nobody came.
Not to
And
interrupt.
now we would never get to, should I see that text?
No, not at all. But
So
we're 45 minutes. I think we should wrap this up, and maybe we can talk these two into doing a second episode.
Spool up another?
If you guys are up for it.
Give them another $50.
I got more gas in the tank.
Here, give me the 50 back. I'll give it to you again. It feel like you're getting it
Oh,
again.
it's like a Leslie Nielsen movie.
It's like, you got to pay the tax once, though, so I'll cut you a break there. Cool.
All right. Thanks for listening. Hopefully we'll get another one.
The next episode you hear will be in the 30s. Just like these kids.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Are you guys...
No, let's...
29. Well, we can't wait that long. We're going to do the next one anyway.
Okay.
Cool. Night.
Good night.